Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This is a pick a card reading that is a general reading, so it should fit any situation that you find yourself in. And as always, we've got our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. I will show you the reverse side of these cards in case that helps you with your selection. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using, and also any information to book a private session for tarot or kinesiology all can be found in the description box below. So I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Angelite, then this is going to be your reading. Angelite is such a soft, gentle energy of guidance and protection, emotional and spiritual awareness. Feeling like you're close to the angels at this time, or maybe you've been calling on them for support. But anyway, group 1, let's jump into your reading. I will do the pendulum actually. Just popped into my mind, so think about your question. We'll do that at the end. Starting with the signs in your reading, I've got Capricorn, Virgo, the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius and Scorpio. Pisces is here as well. I said Sagittarius, so bring them in, why not? There's no mistakes. So let's start with the past energy as always. We're starting with the Devil, the Hermit. Oh, there's Virgo energy. I'm not sure if I said it. And then the Page of Swords as well. So this is interesting. Look at this. So with the Devil energy, we're looking at attachments. We're looking at codependency, unhealthy bonds, addiction cycles, obsessions, all sorts of things like this energy. But with the Hermit after it and the Page of Swords, it's like you're deeply inquisitive at the moment. You're digging deeper into the subconscious as to why we do what we do, why maybe others do what they do. What is the subconscious beliefs or patterns that keep us stuck in things? I think you're digging quite deep right now, releasing some bindings and bondings perhaps. And with the Page of Swords, I feel like there's a defensive or protective energy in that. The way he's got his armor on, he's kind of on guard. So you might be, you might be really pulling away from things that are not healthy for you, but not just moving away and putting it behind you, but I think you're digging deep into the why or how. You're definitely reaching deep into the uncovered truth. And I think you're finding a lot of truth. The Hermit is all about soul searching. It's about going within and not really seeking externally for those answers, but it's about meditation and self-inquiry, expanding your self-awareness. And with the Page of Swords, it's like this is the card of leaving no stone unturned. You're really, you're learning new things. You're exploring the deeper mystery behind things, the deeper truth behind things. It could also be indicating a person who you've pulled away from, who maybe had a very unhealthy attachment to you. And this person could be still keeping their eye on you or spying in some way, whether it's your social media, readings, however it is that they are kind of keeping an eye on you. I also feel like you are very protective of yourself and your loved ones with this energy, and you're just pulling away from anything that isn't healthy for you right now. And it's a wonderful thing to do, I think, for you. Whether these things are external people and situations or just, lifestyle choices you've made that you just don't resonate with anymore. So you're setting yourself free and you're expanding your self-awareness and your wisdom. Now, in the current energy, you've got the Ten of Swords. I think it came reverse. I'm taking it reverse. It could be the other way. When it comes reverse, I'm kind of getting the sense of an unfinished business. For some of you, it could have been that you have experienced a very big ending, or it could have been a literal death, an end of a cycle. Ten of Swords can be a literal death, especially with an image like this. But in reverse, it also comes with the Three of Swords next to it and the Ace of Wands. It tells me that there's been some sort of entanglement of chaos, heartbreak, pain, possibly betrayal here. But it's ignited a passion and a determination in you. So even though there is something you're experiencing in the immediate energy that may feel like a betrayal or an ending that hasn't quite finished yet, something like this, it's driving your passion, it's driving your purpose, it's giving you a sense of, I'm just hearing life force. So that's where it's at for this week. There seems to be some sort of chaos and like something that's not quite finished that causes you to feel determined or push forward with your own agenda or purpose or passion. It's ignited something new in you. This week I feel like there's going to be a renewal of momentum or energy here, and creativity is in that energy as well. As we continue into the week ahead, we have got the Three of Cups, which I do find interesting because in the Tea Leaf Oracle, you've also got the Pineapple, which is about reconciliation. Three of Cups is about reunion. And so later in the week, there could be some sort of reunion with friends, maybe a reconciliation with someone that you had a difficulty with, or just a celebration, good times. There could be a birthday celebration, an event of any kind, really. It's about friendship coming together and celebrating one another's success. Good times with friends. I like that for you. You've got the Two of Cups here as well. And I'm going to actually hold this. I feel like it's connected in some way now. And you've got the Five of Wands at the end of your week, Five of Wands. So for some of you, there may be some sort of complication in friendships. But in the center, you've got this divine union or Two of Cups. You know, this is about companionship, a special soulmate. It could be your partner, a significant relationship of some kind. So it's like at the center, I see this strong couple. But at the outside, there's kind of a bit of chaos around friendships or to do with other people. You may be dealing with a bit of that. There may be reconciliation in what was maybe a complicated situation. Maybe you've had a bit of an argument with your partner. Who knows? This could be external friends. Or I don't really feel like it's with your partner, though. The way these are solid in the center, it's like peripheral stuff you're still dealing with. And so that's going to maybe come to a head a little bit this weekend. Nine of Wands is the underlying energy of this reading, and under that is actually the Two of Wands, interestingly. So it's like you're a little bit guarded and protective of people around you, and it's kind of driving you to take a new path in your life. There's definitely a lot of self-protective energy in this, and you want to. Part of you, like, I don't know, there's like something that's in the works, quite successful for you. There's a big change coming for you, but part of you wants to hide that, keep it to yourself, just protecting that new growth. I see that there with the Nine of Wands, because the Six of Wands, I don't know if I said that, but I'm just looking, the Six of Wands is underneath it, you know, and that's all about public recognition. But it's like, kind of like you want to hide this thing that's special. There's some sort of recognition coming your way, but you want to protect it, and you don't. You've got good reason and trust it. Anyway, in the area of challenge, you've got the Five of Cups, a sense of loss, a sense of sadness, and possibly regret, depending on how it resonates with you. This person is grieving in the challenge area, so. And with the Five of Wands at the end of your week as well, like there's some sort of tension that doesn't quite sit right in the heart space, but. What to do with the challenge? We've got the solution here, and it's the King of Pentacles. I love this King of Pentacles because it kind of reiterates the energy of the Two of Wands, because we've got this pathway behind him and a new door is opening. We can't quite see the way yet, though. It's still a little bit covered, but there's a sense, there's a light behind it. You can see it slowly forming. The new path is slowly forming, and this guy, he's protecting his pentacle with his cloak. So another indication of that kind of Nine of Wands energy of wanting to keep things to yourself and protect yourself from harm, because maybe you are fearing of interference or loss or sadness, betrayal, regret, whatever it might be. We've got the Three of Swords here. You're kind of turning a pain into a determination to drive yourself forward. But you're in the middle of a change. And with the King of Pentacles, it's just lean into your skills, lean into what you've already got, you know, stay grounded, stay present. There's a lot of really good cards in this reading, and I'm excited to get them out for you. But yeah, I really feel like you can trust this transition stage you're in. And I took an extra card kind of on top of all that, and it was the Hanged One, or Hanged Man in this deck. And that's about shift of perspective. And usually comes when you have no choice, because you're kind of stuck between either a rock and a hard place, or you just, like, the perspective you're having just is not getting you anywhere, or, you know. So there's a need to shift from the sense of grief and loss or sadness into accomplishment and being here in this moment, and leaning into your own skills and just being grounded with the experience and shifting how this perspective is actually helping you grow. There's a lot, like, I see like career success, financial success, but it may come in a, like, what is it? It's just a short little saying about, I don't know, I'll just go with, this is happening for me, not to me. It's not quite what I want, but it's the same virtue. This is happening for me, not to me. Anyway, what you don't see coming, we've got the Six of Cups, which really, again, reiterates that reconciliation energy. So there could be something from the past returning to your life, or a person you may see that you haven't seen in a while. Whether that's a welcome experience for you or not, I can't tell you. I really feel like it's going to be different for everyone connecting to this reading, especially given that the other cards was the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So there's like a sense of wanting to protect yourself from patterns of the past. Or for some of you, this is a message of like locking down and protecting your family, your children, your loved ones. You may be doing this with certain rituals or spiritual prayers, things like that, connecting to spirit, connecting to source, connecting to specific guides. The High Priestess is connecting to your intuition, and there's a part of you that knows you need to protect yourself or protect your time, your energy, your family, your something. And if for some of you this is someone coming back from the past that you don't want to welcome in, we can see the Four of Pentacles here, where it's kind of, if somebody does come forward, the chances are you lock it down and don't let them pass your boundary. So that's in the area of what you don't see coming, but maybe you do now. Maybe you've already known the High Priestess is here, strong intuitive energy in this reading. In the outcome, you've got the Queen of Cups, the World, and the Nine of Cups. This is amazing. So Queen of Cups is the mother energy. It's soft and intuitive. It's very compassionate. The way she pours out this empty cup makes me kind of feel like you're done with a certain emotional cycle, especially given that we have the World here and then the Nine of Cups. It's like you just, there's a brand new cycle emotionally. And it seems to be that it's like a clearing of the emotional slate, and bringing in some sort of wish fulfillment here. Like there's a new cycle here for you that brings a lot of wishes. This guy is pretty chuffed. Nine of Cups is divine wishes being fulfilled. But there's an end of a cycle in all of this. So I can see it's a little messy at some points, but it honestly looks like you've got a lot of blessings lining up. So let's get into the Oracle cards and then the pendulum. The first Oracle you have is Your Life is a Canvas. Artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. This card is asking you to maybe call on your creative energy a little bit more, finding creative solutions for problems. Let's have a look if anything jumps out at me at the book. I think that's pretty much the gist of this card, really. The soul inquiry is, what are you being called to create in your life? I'm hearing boundaries for someone. So just jumping out here, it says this card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? I'm just seeing this as well. Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and a mind and consistent daily action. That really stands out to me too, consistent daily action. So you've also got the card To the Sea, and as many of you may know, this deck has lots of different areas, and I've asked for Oracle today. And in the Oracle it says, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. You really are being taken. It's like, it brings me back to the King of Pentacles energy. You can trust the change. You may feel like you're kind of in a bit of an in-between right now, between two worlds, but with trust, right? The Hanged Man, shift of perspective. Like, this is happening for me, not to me. You will be guided gracefully, gently, where you belong. We have the card of Vetiver, concentration and grounding. from the Oracle of the Essence. And the wise words, life is the art of drawing without an eraser. We've got a lot of artist energy in this reading. A lot of you may be in a very creative time. Maybe your work is maybe you work as an artist, or it's something that you enjoy to do to express yourself. But anyway, Vediva is a very earthy essence. It encourages patience and stillness of the mind. In India and Sri Lanka, it's known for its powers to induce tranquility and calmness. It's used widely in Ayurvedic medicine. Flowers of Vediva, purple and brown in color, give a sense of foundation to this card. Vediva helps to bring individuals back to reality. The essence instills focus on the things that are needed, leaving the past behind and the future for tomorrow. When Vediva personality presents as less than perfect, the individual feels lost, aloof, and unfocused. Worries take sleep away, and lack of creativity creates a vicious cycle of thought. Vediva helps with insomnia, irritability, as well as hyperactivity, concentration, and depression. It is amazing for repairing discoloration of the skin and stretch marks. Divinatory meaning. When Vediva appears in your reading, you are advised to come back to the present time and be mindful. King of Pentacles. Your energy is too scattered. Regroup and focus on what you want so your energy can be a match for what you are asking for. Connect back to your roots. Look after the earth. Your job here is much needed. The affirmation is, I'm fully grounded in the experience of the present moment. I am at peace with what is. I'm feeling that for you, especially in the challenge. If there's something troubling you, just really needing to shift that perspective into trust, and grounded. I'm hearing accountability, but just grounded action, just being present, trusting the journey. So really cool oracle cards. These three came out together first. You've got the Archway, the Bird Perched, and October. So October, it represents the month. If you're watching at the time of recording, we're very close to October. If you're watching this at another time, it still has a lot of relevance somehow for you, October. Or perhaps the fall, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I think the fall time could be important to you if you're not watching at the time of release. But anyway, we've got Archway with new opportunities, possibilities, and pathways opening up, which is so cool because see this pathway, it's got a bit of bramble in front of it. It brings me back to the King of Pentacles again. This pathway has a bit of bramble in front of it, but it's because they're still waiting for these new opportunities. They're just opening up to you now. There is a pathway. It's so strong, and you can expect to really see something take form in October. The Bird Perched is waiting for news, package, or a letter, right? All these together. So expect something to come in October. We also had coming out together, well, reconciliation fell down because it's not a part of this message. We've already addressed that. But you have the ladder, climbing towards success. You've got the 4-leaf clover with great and good fortune. And the Crown, honor and respect will come to you. See what I mean? What a fantastic reading. Let's jump into the pendulum to finish it off for you, group 1, and see what your question answer is. So you pause the reading if you need more time, but let's have a look. What is yes going to be for my group 1s? Okay. And what's no going to be? Wow, okay, super quick and direct. What's the answer for group 1's question, please? Oh my goodness, the strength in that. It is a strong yes. Holy wow. That was like, just even the energy in that was so clear and strong. Maybe you are feeling more clear and strong. I can see it with the Ace of Wands in the middle of your week. Like there's some sort of determination and force behind you this week. And it may come from this wanting to finish something off that feels like a messy betrayal. It's not quite closed yet, perhaps. You've got good celebrations, good times. You've got really good partnership around you, whether it's in romance or friendship or business or whatever it is. You've got companionship and support. There may be a bit of confusion and chaos to move through, but yeah, wow, I don't know what I'm going with this. I'm going to call it there. But that is a strong yes for group 1. I hope that has resonated with you and brought you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance for the week ahead, group 1. It looks like an epic week, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye. Hey, group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the little piece of howlite, then this is going to be for you. So howlite is the dreamer's stone. Maybe you're getting a lot of messages in your dreams at the moment. It's also a good stone to protect you in your sleep. Sometimes just a little tumble like this in the pillowcase can be really, really supportive. I remember it's probably one of the first crystals I ever worked with as like 12, 13-year-old. I remember putting this in my pillowcase to protect me and my dreams in my sleep. It can also help with recalling dreams if you'd like to do that, so you can have them written down to sort of see a pattern over time or reveal some subconscious messages. Anyway, group 2, let's jump in. I've got the pendulum for you, so if you'd like to think of your question, we can ask that at the end. The main energies in your reading, whether that's you or someone you deal with, we have Virgo and Leo. I've got Aquarius, Cancer, Aries and Taurus here as well. So like I say, someone you're dealing with or yourself, or just a different part of your chart that's activated. Anyway, we'll start with the past energy with the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. So first of all, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups comes out when we have really tried for something and it hasn't worked for some reason, and we've had to just walk away from that situation. So, and with the 9 of Cups next to it, it makes me feel like maybe there's something that you wish for that is, you're feeling is blocked from coming into your world, into your life. This is a recent past energy. Maybe you feel like you're giving up on a wish, or it could just be that the wish is going to come in a different package or a different time than what you have tried to create. And that's okay. I really feel like maybe you're feeling a little discouraged by something that you've had to give up on that you really wanted. I kind of get this feeling of a guide just like kind of, I don't know, with love, like a little bit of a giggle, like, don't worry, love, you know, it's going to be fine. You're going to get what you wish for. It just may not come how you wanted or in the timing that you feel is correct, but you will see the way it comes and the timing that it comes was actually more beneficial for you. I just see 222. And when I started before, I saw 111. I really feel like things are aligning for you a lot better than you realize, but maybe you felt like you've had a setback or you're blocked from some wish fulfillment. Anyway, jumping into the path ahead, what's the week going to look like? We're starting with the Page of Cups, a beautiful softened energy. Maybe you're just feeling a little softer right now. You're dropping into a sense of compassion. It could also be talking about time with friends, connecting with loved ones. This is sometimes called the Daughter of Cups. Maybe you have a daughter who's a little bit highlighted for you this week. Maybe you are the daughter. But this energy, I feel, is creative and soft. So it's also a message of forgiveness. Some of you may be receiving an apology or giving an apology if that's necessary for you. Page of Cups is a beautiful way to start the week, definitely in the energy of creativity. So if there's any creative works you are doing, then straight away right now the energy is strong for that. Moving into the week ahead a little further, we then have the Hermit and the 3 of Wands. So some of you, this could be that an apology comes your way and you don't know how to respond to it. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you need to digest the information. That could be the case for some of you. Hermit is kind of taking some time out by yourself, pulling away to find the answers and the truth within. It is a soul-searching energy. You may be pulling away from certain friendships. That could be the message for you. Or you could just be going it alone for a little while to tap into your creative energy. So it can be read in so many different ways. But it feels gentle and it does feel soft, and I feel like it's a good energy for you. Now, the 3 of Wands, that's the card of anticipation and looking to the path ahead to sense and feel what is coming towards you. And there are many wonderful things coming towards you. We have the 6 of Cups next. Some of you, this could be around catching up with old friends or family. Maybe you're looking forward to a reunion with family or a holiday or something like this. Maybe it's over the water for some people. 6 of Cups is also times of the past. So you may be seeing an old friend. 3 of Cups is after that. So there could be some sort of reconciliation this week or just a celebration of some kind. Spending time with friends seems to be pretty strong. Maybe friends you haven't seen in quite a while. Maybe you've just been going it alone for a bit. Some of you might need a little support or help from your friends this week, or maybe your friends are the ones that need help and you're there for them. It does look like a pretty nice week, but there's still a sense of self-protection in all of this. We have the Strength card and the Page of Swords at the end of your week. So it kind of makes me feel like for some of you, maybe there's an event you go to that you feel like you need to be on guard or cautious in some sense. I feel like you're sort of sitting back and observing in this event. If you're going to an event or if something's unfolding, you're kind of the observer this week. You're not responding or reacting because you need to sort of analyze and get all the information. Page of Swords is very inquisitive and curious. They're open-minded. They're also the spy. They're looking for all the details and they're assessing things. They're learning as they go. And with Strength here, there may be an incident or a situation where you feel you need that inner strength and courage. For some of you, this is also about furthering your education. Maybe you're needing a bit of a push to dig a little deeper in your gaps in your knowledge. You could be, getting some sort of experience that helps strengthen your knowledge base in some medium. Interesting week. Definitely, it's definitely like, I don't think it's gonna test you, but it just requires the strength you already have. That's basically it. There's good times, and it can be a really good time if you let it be, whatever that is. But at the same sense, I do see like a sense of being a little protective and on guard. In fact, you've got the Seven of Wands here as well. So you may feel like things or people are against you at times this week. And Two of Wands underneath that, it's like you're ready to move away from whatever that energy is and just feel a lot more lighthearted. Maybe there's been a shift in your friend circle, or who knows what this is, but you just want to move forward into more lighthearted times. We have the Sun, the Page of Wands. We've got the Eight of Wands under that as well, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's a sense of just coming out of defensive mode, perhaps. Just being mindful where you are defensive this week. I'm just seeing the Queen of Wands there on a split as well. It's like, there's something here about you don't need to be defensive. You just need to shine your beautiful light, because the Queen of Wands is very unique. She is confident in her own right. She is a mystic. She is very powerful. She can be quite intimidating at times. And sometimes that power can get you in predicaments where people want to take you down a peg or don't know how to handle all that energy. I think what this is saying is just have confidence in who you are without needing to be defensive or push back or even feel threatened. You know, you don't need to feel threatened if that is applicable. In the area of challenge, you've got the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles can be a sense of a lot of overwhelming responsibility, can be a bit like that, but it's also a card of needing to make a decision. Sometimes you're juggling between two things, like what do I choose? Also can mean the energy of like where you kind of have just enough on your plate or a situation to deal with where you've got to be quite careful, like it's in the balance, and kind of see this like just head above the water in dealing with a situation. It kind of brings me to the Strength and the Page of Swords here as well at the end of your week. So it's like the way you deal with the challenge, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I've got what it takes to navigate this. Just stay curious and open to lessons, but like there's a sense of courage and strength that you don't respond or react in a way that kind of drowns you or overwhelms you in some sense. So the Two of Pentacles is like a situation, it's like, ugh, but anyway, what will help with the challenge? Let's have a look. What will help with the challenge? 10 of Wands. First of all, you're carrying more than you need to in this situation. You don't need to let it weigh you down. There's a sense that you can just let it go. And it kind of brings me back to the Queen of Wands. Like, you don't need to be burdened by whatever you think is going on or you feel is going on. There's almost like a sense of ignorance is bliss here. You know what I mean? Like, you're aware there's not ignorance in the situation, but you can pretend there is by like just letting go of the burden or the drama or the heaviness and just plugging into your own power, plugging into your own sense of self, your own mysticism, your own confidence. What else have I got? We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so a lot of this is in your mind. This is a sense of anxiety. So you're definitely going to confront a situation this week where you kind of, I'm hearing like you got to, what is that? What do they say? Fake it to make it or something like that. You might need to trick yourself into like not plugging into the anxiety or the whatever it is you think you're not good enough at, or like whatever bothers you, but rather just Queen of Wands. Channel the Queen of Wands when you're feeling this week. Call on her. Call on any archetypes that you feel connect you to that energy. I'm getting Carly. Anyway, we've got the Five of Wands and the Star as well. So it's like is there an old situation coming up again around friends? Is there an event or something you're going to that's like, you're not sure how to handle it, but with the Five of Wands, there's complication here. There's like, maybe there's a little gossip, maybe there's a little drama, you know, maybe there's an actual conflict going on. Is it under the surface or is it outright? Is it inside you, you know? But perhaps it is inside you, given that we have the Two of Pentacles. Is like, how do I handle this situation? You know, from my lower self and my higher self. Then this kind of carrying the anxiety of it. You kind of just got to let yourself heal, let yourself shine, let there be hope in the situation. Try and think as positively as you can about yourself, about others, and just about how things are going to unfold, outcome energy. There's like, yeah, it's gritty, but you got it. Don't even worry. And I'm just being drawn to this one now as well. Candle, you will be shown the way. Perhaps you'd like to do a couple little rituals with a candle. You might be able to ask, I like to ask ChatGPT these days. I know some people come at me for it, but whatever. ChatGPT is brilliant. You can tell it what kind of tools you've got. Say I've got a black candle, I've got some Celtic salt, I've got some sage. List all your tools, list your intentions, and ask for an invocation. I always like to ask it to make it rhyme, and then if I want to change it, it's nice to really sit with it until it really feels like yours. And then follow that ritual, and obviously create any changes that feel intuitive. Like you may want to call on that energy, candle spells or something like that to help guide you. In what you don't see coming, Eight of Swords, okay, so a situation where you feel powerless or limited in some sense. The Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison. It's your thoughts that get you here. It's not the truth. The situation is not grounded in truth. Six of Swords comes after that. Six of Swords is letting go of mental angst, stress, emotional baggage, the stories that run around and round, all of that stuff. So there's a situation where you may be confronted at first, but you, like the cards show here as well, like the star that comes at the end of that complicated energy, you know, there's going to be some sort of, you've got protection around you. Maybe you're needing to do the candle spell for protection to support you as you move into whatever this experience is, as it shows up in your week. I really feel like that would be good for a lot of you. Maybe you're already getting dreams around things like that because the howl light's on the reading. But the Six of Swords carries on into the Emperor, and then we have the Hierophant as well, and the King of Wands. I was in the outcome energy, and the King of Wands, I shuffled it and it landed over here. It was like I belong with the Emperor. So there's something here about being your own authority. There's a lot of indication of support from masculine energy, from a father, from a partner, things like that. You're protected by masculine energy. Maybe you are the protective masculine energy in this situation. This is also the card of stoicism, being like stoic in a situation that maybe you were feeling a little weak and disempowered. You're like, actually, no, I am the Emperor in this situation. I am my own authority. I can keep my sovereignty in this situation. For some of you with the Hierophant here, it's about leaning into greater structures for support, simply because you've also got here the Hand in need of help and assistance. And this can be anything from, I always see the the Hierophant as things like typically religious groups and churches and things like that, going to the helpers of the church, whatever you want to call them, whether it's the reverend, the guru, spiritual leaders, like asking for support from these other structures and in our community that hold us. It can be schools as well. I look at it as schools or hospitals or health clinics or whatever it may be. And actually you've got the cane here as well with pay attention to your health. It came with the Hand. So maybe you're needing to see a support around your health. Eight of Swords is here. Is it to do with your mental health? You know, what is it to do with? But I feel like what you don't see coming is a shift in a sense of powerless into, hang on, actually I can do this, and you've got a lot of support and protection around you in a very structured masculine sense. Whether you're seeking it out from professionals or your partner, your father, or your own energy, maybe that's you just being there for you. So what you don't see coming looks like a lot of solid support, like feeling more held. There's a lot of yang masculine energy in this reading, you'll see. In the outcome, we've got the Queen of Cups, soft, intuitive, gentle. I'm hearing receptive and fertile as well. So there's maybe some things that you're wanting to receive, to draw in towards you, and they are happening. But you're consciously creating that, like it's like kind of shaking off a complex doubting energy and just moving into actually, no, I have got this, and then softening into knowing, and then receptivity. So it's like you're going through a bit of a shift at the moment. And I'm just being drawn to this card too now. It says baby steps. I'll read it shortly. Eight of Pentacles, though, is a card where you are diligently focusing on what's in front of you, not being distracted by what other people are doing. You're not comparing yourself to other people's journeys. You may have a lot of things you want to get done, but you need to kind of hyper focus on one thing at a time and really give it your all. So it's a card of dedication and focus and mastery in something. So you're developing skills. The Chariot and the Six of Wands after that shows that whatever it is you are working on, it's only going to build your confidence and your reputation in your craft. You are definitely excelling here. There could be an incident where you're not so sure of your capability and you show yourself you are magical and you've done the groundwork, you've got the knowledge, you can really support yourself in showing up and achieving whatever this is about. I feel like it could be about a few things, honestly. There's really positive energy in the outcome. It's like, just follow your heart. You go through a shift of doubt into like capability, into softness and receptivity. Like it's like quite the beautiful process. All right, let's move up into the oracles with the baby steps card. It says action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. You're being called to take grounded action in your response to your soul's calling, to start where you are and begin building in a consistent way. So many people stop themselves from living a soul-led life because they're waiting to know the destination before taking the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. Our soul is always calling us every moment of every day. The way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is to listen to your soul's baby calls and whisper each and every day. And to take grounded action in the direction of those calls and whispers. It's almost like as well, like I see here some people might be on a bit of a fertility journey. That could be a message for some of you. I can see here as well, like Three of Wands, Six of Cups, like maybe it is that you wait for that chance to be a parent in the future. If that's a message for someone specifically, I really do feel like with a little bit of curiosity, learning, strength and adjustment and support perhaps from professionals and like just moving out of it's not going to happen beliefs into this baby steps, right? And just that message of like your soul baby calls and whispers, you know what I mean? Like there's something there for someone. So let that give you hope if you're on a fertility journey. You're being encouraged to start small, bite-sized, to put one foot in front of the other, to do one thing every day, to break things down into achievable tasks. Time on Earth goes slower than on other planets, and this may cause frustration for starseeds who can expect a faster pace of manifestation and thus give up before the seeds begin to sprout. If you resonate with that, it's time to opt for consistency over urgency. Time to take baby steps in the direction of your calling, to remember that you don't need to have it all figured out or know exactly where the path is leading you. You don't have to know every step along the way before you set out on the great journey. You just need to take the next step. The soul inquiry is, what's one simple baby step you can take in the direction of your soul's calling? And as I've read that, I kind of felt nutrition. If that applies for someone, there might be some nutritional adjustments that will really support you. And it could be something else as well, like having a good structured routine or writing a to-do list and then a schedule for the week, and then slowly in that schedule putting one or two things of the to-do list so you slowly knock it out, like that macro to the micro. Is that what it's called? Anyway, you have another card that really supports the last baby steps card with Yang, action, right? And this deck has a few. I've asked for Oracle. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. All the outcome energy there. Embodiment, action, and confidence. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are you are the shaper of your destiny now. Amazing. And another card that really reiterates all of this energy, it's quite the flow on. You have oregano with clarity, experience, and protection. Let's read this one for you too. Every experience, good or bad, is a priceless collector's item. Oregano's tenacious personality can break through barriers like any other essence. Strong in character and willing in power, it gets completely emotionally detached from situations and can see the clear picture easily and effortlessly. Kind of brings me to that stoicism of the emperor in what, you know, really was troubling you, but you seem to be able to dissolve that and just move into that, like, hang on a minute, I got this. Right, easily and effortlessly. Oregano is aware of his strength and is selective about how it is used. A positive state of oregano knows how to use his strength. He won't waste his better moves in small situations or with weak people. Sometimes oregano can be so rigid that it lacks patience with those who don't have the same level of understanding. However, it comes back to basics quickly and can adapt to the needs of others. When oregano personality is presented in the negative aspect, it can often feel weak and easily affected by others. And that's that Seven of Wands, like, and you just, yeah, like, and that's why the Queen of Wands was under it, you know. There's a King and Queen of Wands here in the reading, also indicates divine partnership that might be around you, with you, supporting you. But I really feel like that's the shift here of, like, you don't need to worry about that sort of energy. You just need to be confident in who you are, because you really do shine when you plug into yourself. So you don't need to be affected by others. It's good to keep things inside instead of sharing them. An inner turmoil always ends up in a struggle. Oregano is like a Shaolin monk. He is quiet and meditative, focused on his practice. He is also free from attachments. He's ready and highly prepared to act and defend when it is needed. So the meaning is to stay calm and focused through the turmoil, assess every move and act only when it is required. Don't be impulsive or overreactive. You need protection right now, so be mindful of your surroundings. I see that here, like having strength in some sort of friend group. You know what I mean? Like there might be something clicky going on for you as well. Just be mindful. You don't need to react to it. Just be observant. It's really strong message for you. The affirmation is, life brings me all that I've ever needed and desired. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And then we have some tea leaf oracles with tulip, great passion. Candle, you will be shown the way. Wind chime with peace and harmony. And then you did see these two already, cane and the hand. Pay attention to your health, and you in need of help, assistance or guidance. So it could be to do with help and getting support, or just a friend to talk to, whatever it might be. Let's ask the pendulum the question for you. So can I see what yes is going to look like for my group 2s? It's very still. Group 1's pendulum was quite strong. Divine Creator, please allow us to see the answers for Group 2's question. Can I see what yes is going to look like? Beautiful. Can we see a no? Huh? I love the way it's acting today. Okay, and the answer for Group 2's question now, please. Question that they hold in their heart. What is the answer? And it's swinging up into a yes. There's something around the yes, though, that it's like a little review is necessary first. You know, it was like look backwards. Maybe it's like review something from the past. There is something about that, like whether it's your most recent steps or long distant patterns behind you, I don't know. But there was a little message there that felt like, as we look to the past, we will learn or see something. And then ultimately it is a yes. So hopefully that is supportive for you. Take it or leave it, you know, use discernment, I mean to say, with the pendulum and all divinatory things. But that's what I have for you, Group 2, so hopefully that resonates with you and gives you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance for the week ahead. I look forward to reading for you all again soon, Group 2. Have a wonderful week. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the blue obsidian. So those of you that are new here, it's my young son who chooses the crystals, and this particular crystal is one of the first in his own personal collection, and he was pretty excited that he was going to choose it for today. So yeah, little crystal picker. It's his own crystal. Anyway, blue obsidian, as you may already know, obsidian is a stone of grounding and protection. And so this is no different. It is a stone of grounding and protection, but it's also more connected to the throat chakra, but also psychic ability, developing psychic ability, particularly psychometry. Can also be very supportive with that throat chakra for public speaking or getting your message across in a very clear way, but also that protects yourself. Or maybe speaking up and protecting yourself. Again, that obsidian energy of protection. Yeah, that's the blue obsidian. So in your reading, some of the main energies, what do we got? We got Libra here. Relationships could be quite prominent for you. I've got Cancer here as well. Those are the two main energies. Could be you or someone else you deal with, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's start with the past energy. Interestingly, we have the Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Now look at the image here. Four of Pentacles is somebody who is protecting themselves, locking down their finances maybe. Sometimes it's about holding on a little bit too tight to things, and that doesn't allow for new things to flow. It can also be a card that blocks the heart a little bit. This person looks a little bit scornful. They hold on to their big bag of money, and yeah, they don't want to let it go, whatever the treasure is for you. Seven of Wands is a card of self-protection and defensiveness. It can be seen when we have accusations coming our way, or what feels like attacks, or see they're kind of putting down sandbags to keep the floodwaters from coming in. So it's a bit of a protective energy on both senses. And then over here you've got this very wealthy King of Pentacles. So the image and story in itself may really relate to you in what's going on for you, in that maybe there's a sense that you could be the King of Pentacles, you could be over on the defensive side. You may feel like someone's got something over you, or they have something that you want, or you have been, I'm hearing considered less than in a situation. You may just feel like you've been overlooked, or you've been undermined or undervalued. Or I'm going to let you put yourself in it by just explaining what the cards mean, because I really feel like it's going to be very personal and different for everybody. But it does seem like this King of Pentacles is in the better position. It could be just in your own perception that this person is in the better position, whether it's you or them, whoever them is. But this is the past energy, remember. So this is just behind you. It could be long distant past, it could be very recent, but it is past energy. You may have been dealing with a sense that you've, trying to hold on to your own value, or hold on to something which could actually be blocking you from receiving even. But anyway, coming into the week ahead, it is an interesting week. Group 3 have been going through a lot of interesting times. There's been a lot of challenge. If you've been a Group 3 devotee, you'll know there's been a lot of challenge. There's also been a bit of light at the end of the tunnel lately. I still see a sense that we're going through these things, and I'm just reading here, absorbing what's not yours. So you could find that you are very, very empathic, and you pick up on a lot of energy. That could be something to be mindful of at this time. Again, why you might need the grounding protection of that obsidian, and maybe clarity as well. In the current energy, moving into the week ahead, we have got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups. And these cards are a little tumultuous in that there's this battlefield here in the Five of Swords. It can talk about mind games, just like mental drama, situations where it's like a battlefield, but no one really won. It feels hollow, it feels empty, it feels messy. Sometimes it doesn't feel complete. Sometimes it feels like unfinished business. There's a lot of unanswered questions here. There's a lot of wishing you knew more, overwhelm emotionally. It could be overwhelmed for choice in how to deal with things or what's going to happen. Ultimately, the butterfly at the top here does show me that all this confusion is even though it's almost like you're maybe a little bit too close to the situation to see how much it's actually transforming you. It'll be in retrospect that you actually see, when you look back to this time in your life, that, wow, that situation really shaped me in a way that I'm grateful. But right now it might not feel like that. It might feel very confusing and overwhelming. In the week ahead, continuing along, we have the Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I'm just going to hold them all now. We have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and Justice all here. So interestingly, I think all three groups had the Six of Cups in their reading. So there's a lot of, we sit on a new moon that coincides with a partial eclipse, which can be very karmic at times. But it can come in as a slow trickle, the unfolding of things. There's a lot of reflection of the past, and some of you may be missing a certain relationship as she looks into the water and remembers better times. That could be something that you're experiencing this week, a bit of confusion around the past and what's happened. You still have I'm hearing hold a candle or hold a flame for someone, potentially, Ace of Wands. Or it could also be that a past situation has kind of ignited your passion or your determination in some sense. I'm hearing the word dissolving as I move into the Three of Swords. You may be dissolving heartache, pain, or betrayal. Something you still carry, Ten of Wands. You know, there's a lot of complication unfolding in all of this. I don't know. I just heard a siren in the background. I'm not sure if you picked that up in the audio, but it was like very quick. It's like the type of siren where they only put it on to quickly pull someone over. So it might be something comes up. And I don't know if it's like an emergency or anything, but it's like something quick. I kind of feel like, so it kind of gives me the sense that something like you might be feeling, I don't know, like something comes up quickly on you. It could be a thought, a feeling, an experience, whatever it is. I don't know what to say, honestly. I do feel like especially the way we've got this Ace of Wands and then the Three of Swords, right? It's like things might be going a certain way and then suddenly something happens, or you feel a certain way, or you reflect on a memory that causes you a sense of heaviness. But at the same time, you realize that with the Justice card, it kind of makes me feel like I'm hearing the word restoration, but karmic justice as well. Like things are balancing out as they should. The season is changing. We got winter on one side, we got spring on the other. Indications of fall and summer and fall. Like, okay, look, we got fall and winter, we've got spring and summer, right? All seasons must have their time. Things are balancing out. There is a sense of heaviness and still dissolving and moving through things that perhaps are painful. There could be something come up this week that feels like a betrayal. It could also be reflection of a past betrayal with Six of Cups. You're needing lighthearted and carefree fun times. It's here in your Oracle of the Jug. Lighthearted, carefree time, Ace of Wands. I feel like this, it's like still dissolving something. You're still dissolving something. Things are still balancing out. The truth is still being figured out. You're still like making sense of things. Things are still, they're taking their time to balance. You're definitely needing to let the way be easier for yourself by just letting yourself have a bit of a break. Maybe you're needing a little bit of a break, a little bit of a light-hearted, carefree time, as the Jug suggests, because the Ten of Wands is definitely feeling heavily burdened by what feels like betrayal, or some of you it could be a third-party situation, which I guess can be a betrayal. In the area of challenge, you've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Nine of Swords. So there's a real crippling anxiety around not being able to make something move forward that you want to move forward with. Something could feel like it's stagnated or at a standstill, and there's just no way to make that horse budge. That's what it feels like in this. Like there's a full wall going up here. And that could really cause crippling anxiety, sleepless nights, lots of thinking, ruminating about perhaps it is a past relationship, perhaps it's something that's happened, perhaps it's something you said or you never got to say, a conversation. That's in the challenge. What will help with the challenge? We've got the Eight of Cups. A man is walking away, and then it's almost like this man sets up a scarecrow. So it's like a situation may have happened that caused someone to leave this situation. And there's somebody is weeping over this situation, and somebody's very protective and like, no, stay away. There's definitely that in the imagery here, but how this energy helps with your situation, because it's the area that supports the challenge. 8 of Cups is to let go, to release those things that you can't control. The Serenity prayer may be really helpful for you at this time, to lean into that, to just to I guess surrender, to protect your energy. I want to get one more on that 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Just noticing the bottom deck energy is the Princess of Wands, and she holds a love letter and a rose, and she sort of looks to the horizon. Again, there's a strong indication of missing somebody, of feeling somebody at a distance. And then that's never an easy thing to move through. But let's confirm that 9 of Wands energy over there. Oh, sorry, I'll put that back on the bottom. What happened? Okay. What's that? Do you stay there? It kind of fell on what you don't see coming. Anyway, we'll take it. Holy moly, got too many. Just one. For, oh, okay. Just like got a lot falling out here. Strength, 2 of Swords, the Sun on the 9 of Wands. Yeah, like the 9 of Wands and then seeing the Strength, 2 of Swords. It's like this pull between the head and the heart, and needing a lot of courage and strength to face this complicated sort of duality inside of you, or this need to protect yourself, or this feeling of guardedness, or feeling really wounded. But rather just focusing on what's in front of you. The 8 of Pentacles fell out here. Staying grounded, staying super positive, you know, like plugging into the wisdom of what this experience is trying to teach you, because everything is as it should be. And if it's not going the way we want it to be, then we need to step back and see, what is the wisdom? What is this experience trying to show us? Why is it this way? There's a gift in it. There's always a gift in it. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles can sometimes be a sense that you've given a lot to a situation. You're not really seeing the results. You're not feeling like it's giving you what you put in. So it might be really hard to see that. And then we've got Judgment there as well. So there's definitely a higher perspective trying to reach you. But sometimes when we're too close to the situation or holding on, it's harder to surrender and see that greater message or gift that's hidden behind a situation. In what you don't see coming, bringing it back here. Did that fall out before as well? I think it did. That fell out before in confirmation. It could still belong here too, actually, because it makes sense that we've got the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and now the 4 of Wands that fell on top of it. So I might keep it there, but also going to read it because I pulled it for that section. So I'll read it for both. But the 4 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles, it could be something else that really supports you right now is just working in your home space, like shifting the energy of your home. Maybe doing some renovations or some changes in the home, maybe you're moving home or preparing to move home or sell a home, but things to do with that home space, but also spending time with people that feel very connected to your soul family. That's something else that can support you right now as you move through this challenge. But anyway, back to what you don't see coming with the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is keeping their eye on an ending that's happened. And then we have the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and apparently the 4 of Wands too, right? We'll bring that in a minute. So Page of Swords. Page of Swords can be the spying card, and especially with this image, this person is very strongly keeping their eye on something that may have ended, like we see a relationship potentially for many, or a situation that you've had to move away from. 2 of Wands is a new direction. So for some of you, you're keeping an eye on someone of the past who's moved in a new direction. For others of you, you're very curious about what your new direction is going to be. You're like very open and curious to explore what comes next after an ending. 2 of Wands is taking a new path, and there's kind of a star energy in this one. I kind of feel very star energy when I pull this 3 of Wands, because it's like hope on the horizon. What you don't see coming is the idea that a new path is actually going to bring you a lot of hope and blessings. And then there's that 4 of Wands, a beautiful home or a beautiful soul family. Sometimes it's a soulful marriage. So if there is an ending that you're finding hard to reconcile in your heart, it's almost like there's this hope and promise on the horizon that an even better connection is coming for you. And that's the thing. And it's hard sometimes to trust and let go. And when we have the 4 of Pentacles, we're holding on so tight to what was so dear to us. there's always a season for everything, you know. Justice is here. Justice will come anyway. It's in the future. So things will balance out, and it's like you do get a safe, nurturing home space, or you do get that beautiful connection, or you do find your soul tribe, or whatever that thing that Four of Wands represents for you. Some of you might like to Google, what is the Four of Wands? Meditate on that. It might really help you open up to the promise that it is Four of Wands that's bringing you. In the outcome, we have the King of Swords, we have the Chariot, and then the Seven of Swords. So King of Swords can sometimes be a very disconnected from the heart masculine. It can be cold, abrupt, or even harsh on the tongue. It can also be about you just staying in logic and sort of removing yourself from the emotional charge of a situation, just looking at the facts, like trying to move into a sense of acceptance and help that fuel your confidence in the direction you move. Seven of Swords, though, again, is a real third-party energy in this reading. Like, take it how it resonates, of course. If it's a third party, you already know about it. It's not news to you. This is something you've already been dealing with. But it's like this other woman in the situation here. But please, if that's not a part of your story already, then that's not how it relates. This can also be a card of strategizing. If we just don't look at the image, but just read the energy of the Seven of Swords. That's the thing with using different decks. Incredible, because the imagery, sometimes you see yourself in the picture, or someone you know, but sometimes we need to just read it as the meaning of the Seven of Swords, which is card of strategizing and keeping your plans a little bit on the quiet side while you work things out. But again, it can also be a card of betrayal or keeping things to them secret, like secret relationships or things like that. And it may be that there's somebody has moved on with somebody else, and that could be part of the pain of the situation that you process with the Three of Swords and sort of holding on to it. But you can trust that the universe is taking you where you belong, and you'll see that. So in the oracles, we have empathic starseed with energetic sovereignty and absorbing what is not yours. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in the physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in smaller groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load, especially with that Ten of Wands in your week. Consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under so much pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others right now, you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. The soul inquiry of this card is, how can you take better care of yourself energetically? And obsidian's a great start, whether it's the black obsidian or this beautiful blue obsidian. And that message there of like supporting yourself, taking a load off, really goes well with your 3 of your tea leaf oracles. And one is the hammock, taking a vacation either physically or mentally. Like it really drives that message home and confirms that is what you need right now. You've got the carrot with an opportunity or a windfall. So maybe giving yourself that break allows that goodness to come for you. There is goodness coming for you, and you it's like in what you don't see coming, but you can sense it. There is a brutal ending in the Ten of Swords. This is a literal death or a very painful ending. This person is at a grave here and weeping. But what you don't see coming is this ending really does put you on a different path. Like, I want to reiterate this for some reason. You're at a crossroads here, or you're about to be. It's what you don't see coming, and it brings and the fact that it progresses in the wands 2, 3, 4, right? You're being taken to the place you're supposed to be. hold hope for that wish upon a star. It's like I'm hearing returning home. You've got the Jug again with the light-hearted, carefree time. Again, reiterating that's what you need. Where am I now? We're going into TikTok from the Wisdom of the Oracle. I've chosen the Oracle message for this one. It's got like relationship, protection, prosperity, but I chose Oracle, so let's read that one. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are right here, right now, and always show up when you need them, right on time. It really reiterates that what you don't see coming, like what's for you open up to it. It's here for you. And then we have an oracle message. And actually, as I when I first laid eyes on this particular card, I saw the pansy, and I felt like Googling, what is the pansy? What does it represent for us? And I think I'll just leave that for you to do if you feel called. But what I then felt was it's more connected to essences, like flower essences. That might be something you want to work with, especially given that I've also chosen the Essence Oracle for this read. And in the Essence Oracle, you have fennel, which is about intensity, overpowering, or satiated is here as well. So the wise words, you have to be odd to be number one, by Dr. Seuss. Fennel is eccentric, fun, and patient. It's very open-minded when in a good mood. When fennel is on the positive aspect of the essence, the life dial will be turned to exciting mode, feeling that there's nothing that cannot be handled. Fennel is connected to the solar plexus chakra. It is a small seed with big flavor. The fennel personality will definitely not pass unnoticed. However, fennel can be controlling and overpowering, expressing their self-esteem issues by degrading others. Fennel can be so self-absorbed sometimes that it will become blocked and isolated. Fennel is amazing for the stomach. It aids with feelings of inferiority and rejection. It likes to be the one that advises, as it knows how the rules of society are played. Fennel is always moving and always looking for solutions. The meaning of this card is you can see fennel like a person of authority, as though about to give someone a verdict. If this card comes to you in a reading, you should assess the situations in your life in which you have been enforcing too much control. The card encourages you to let go of power and let the situation unfold normally. What have you been putting so much effort into that is still unproductive and frustrating? Rigidity is rarely beneficial. The affirmation is, I will trust my process and celebrate my progress. I enjoy flexibility in every aspect of my life. And then one last little oracle before your pendulum question is older woman, dealing or relationship with an older woman. So maybe a nice wise crone around you that you could lean into for support. Or it may be that you're dealing with them, whatever it is, we'll leave it with you. But anyway, let's jump into the pendulum question for my group 3s to finish out your reading. Okay, can I please see, Divine Creator, please show me what yes is going to look like for my group 3s. Don't go all still on us now. I'm sure group 3 have a question. Can I see what yes is going to look like? All right, subtle, but it's happening. Yep, thank you. Okay, can I see what no is going to look like? Perfect. Very quick, thank you. And can I see what the answer for group 3's question is? The question they're holding. It's going into a yes. Yep. There was something to that. It felt a little complicated and messy for some reason at first, but then it's just, yeah, full-fledged into a yes. So I don't know. I'll just leave that. It did feel like there's something to it, but yeah, please use discernment with such a tool. Anyway, group 3, that's what I have for you in this reading. As always, I really hope that this gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, and guidance for your week ahead. And yeah, if there's anything in this reading that you felt like you're really struggling with, perhaps with acceptance or letting go, perhaps you'd like to look into doing some distance kinesiology with me. It's fantastic at digging into that root core. Sometimes when we are dealing with things very recent, we may not realize that it actually stems from something much further in our past, and sometimes that can help to balance that, to help us find the balance here in this moment. But only if that feels like it calls to you to get that extra support. But that's what I have, group 3. I'll leave it with you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.